Okay, here we go. Lesson 279. Creation's freedom promises my own. So creation's freedom. Did you ever watch a bird or a squirrel or any animal, really? They're free. They're not worried about getting to work on time. They're not worried about the electric bill. They are not worried about housing. There's no housing dysfunction going on there. I mean, maybe if you're a starling, but then you just like build in someone's siding or gutter or attic, Nature in itself is free. Humans are not free. Humans restrict themselves. Even when no one's watching you, you will still restrict yourself. So I notice that like when I'm the only one at work and I'm like, no one's even here. And yet I impose myself to be here. Like I say, no, you have to be there, right? So it's kind of interesting how we do this. The end of dreams is promised me because God's Son is not abandoned by his love. Only in dreams is there a time when he appears to be in prison and awaits a future freedom, if it be at all. Yet in reality, his dreams are gone, with truth established in their place, and now is freedom his already. Should I wait in chains which have been severed for release when God is offering me freedom now? So freedom now, but yet we wait. Why should we wait in chains that have been severed for release? I don't know. Why do we do this? You tell me. I will accept your promises today and give my faith to them. My Father loves the Son, whom he created as his own. Would you withhold the gifts you gave to me? So essentially the Course is saying like everything has been given you. In reality, you are free, but yet in this dream, you remain in prison. The chains, snip, snip, they have been severed for release. And yet there you sit in the cage that has an open door, essentially. Creation's freedom promises my own. So how do we get past that? How do we figure this one out in the dream? I'll let Jesus tell you. In lesson 279 of A Course in Miracles, Jesus explains that the prison is of your own making. You make everything here. All the restrictions, all the limitations, you create them. You make them. And as you study A Course in Miracles, you will discover all of the limitations and restrictions that you create. You will come to understand that the prison is of your own making. So where do you do this? How do you do this? Imagine to yourself that you are going to make a break for freedom. You're going to do things that you want to have in your life and be in your life and experience in your life that you define as freedom. Right away, the ego is going to throw some things out at you, some beliefs, some reasons why you can't do that. Your beliefs are going to be shown to you. Do you believe in lack? Do you believe in weakness of your body? What do you believe that keep you from freedom? What excuses is the ego thought system telling you why you can't be free? Those are your beliefs. That is what is miscreating. Keep doing your Course in Miracles lessons because they will reveal to you how to become free. You hold the key to freedom. And as time passes by and you do your lessons and you transform your mind and clarify your mind, your beliefs will change. And so will your world. So just remember, you create the limitations and restrictions, and the prison is of your own making. So reveal to yourself how to become free. So it is reveal to yourself. All your answers are inside of you. You hold the key. You actually know everything. So let it be shown to you. Reveal to yourself what bubbles up when it's like, oh, well, I can't do what I want to do because I need money, right? Like that's going to be a big one. Belief in lack of money. Belief that you don't have your own guidance to show you what to do and how to be happy and taken care of and successful. So your beliefs of lack, of weakness, of limitations, where you are restricting yourself, those are going to come up. And in a way, I feel like you do have to honor your beliefs in a sense. Like if you are like, well, I seen it on the internet and I'm going to quit my job, but you haven't dealt or changed your beliefs of being taken care of, like you believe that you're going to fail on some level. So it's kind of a double-edged sword in a way when you're changing the ego beliefs and when you're transcending ego beliefs, because in a lot of ways you still do believe that. And so being aware of that, you have to really deconstruct them and really do the inner work and really believe these lessons when it says creation's freedom promises my own. Do you really believe that? Or do you believe you live in a world of duality that the ego has created and you got to fight for what you get and you got to compete and you got to work hard to have anything and you can't even have nice things and everything good is taken away from you, and you probably believe all that crap way more than creation's freedom promises my own. How do you resolve that? Time. Keep on coming back. Keep on reiterating these things. The end of dreams is promised me because God's Son is not abandoned by his love. God has not abandoned me. He has not abandoned you. Therefore, the end of dreams is promised you. Only in dreams is there a time when you appear to be in prison and you're waiting a future freedom, if at all. That's only in dreams. You're dreaming right now. In reality, with God, all dreams are gone. Truth is established in their place. Freedom is yours already. Why are you waiting in chains that have been severed for release, you weirdo? When God is offering you freedom now. So whichever way you twist it and look at it, ask yourself these questions and do that little exercise that Jesus suggested by imagining like, okay, I'm not going to work anymore. Boop, 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 boop. All those fears are going to bubble up and show you where you can't do that right now, right? All these excuses, all these reasons, there's your beliefs. So I will accept your promises today and give my faith to them. Oh yeah, it's going to take a big old lesson in faith to go from here to where you want to be. My Father loves the Son whom he created as his own. Would you withhold the gifts you gave to me? Give me my gifts right now. Pathwaysoflight.org. Welcome to the Reading A Course in Miracles Workbook Lesson 279, Insights. Creation's freedom promises my own. Everyone has been given freedom from illusions. The question is, when will we accept this freedom? The Holy Spirit is always there in our minds, waiting to free our minds from the limited ideas that keep us in bondage. The Holy Spirit is always right there in our minds to show us that our ideas of limitation and lack are not true. Freedom is always there waiting for acceptance. But in order for us to accept freedom, we must be willing to let go of the world of separation we think we made. This world is just composed of symbols of separation that in reality mean nothing because they are not true. The symbols of separation found in this world cannot bring us happiness. They only bring us guilt and pain and lack. All this can be undone if we are willing to take every belief we have, every sense of lack, every uncertainty, every belief in death, every belief in sickness, to the Holy Spirit, where we will be brought to the truth. The Holy Spirit shows us the difference between the unreal and the real. Our freedom lies in allowing ourselves to be shown that these forms of individuality are not real in truth. While we want these illusions, we can experience them, but they will never bring us freedom. They will never bring us eternal happiness. They will never bring us what we truly long for in our heart of hearts. In truth, we love God. We love our Creator, and our return is inevitable. We have been wandering in dreams of separation long enough. There is a better way. Like the prodigal son, we would return home and accept our Father's welcome. Our Father always sees our innocence and loves us with an unconditional love that is eternal. Today, we would open our minds to be led home by the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit would show us that all these dreams of wandering in lands foreign to our Father are not true. We do not have to do battle in these dreams because they simply are not true. We can let our belief in them be undone by the healing touch of the Holy Spirit. Today we open our minds to the healing teacher within. We would be at peace a while and let our false ideas be undone. Herein lies our freedom. Today we would accept our freedom and share it with our brother. To accept creation's freedom as my own, I need to recognize that I really want true freedom. I really want to accept and extend God's love. I really want the joy of oneness. The ego teaches that accepting oneness means I must sacrifice. I must give up my individual identity, which the ego perceives as death. And accepting oneness is death or the end of individuality. But what does individuality really have to offer? To keep individuality, I cannot know my Creator, who knows only one unified whole. And if I cannot know my Creator, I cannot know the self that God created me to be. So the ego's teaching that I must sacrifice to know oneness is a projection of the sacrifice the ego believes it made when it chose individuality, when it chose to reject the equal, eternal love God gave to his Son and his creation. God is eternal and limitless. To have the experience of individuality, this eternal limitlessness must be denied and replaced with an image of a limited self, separate from everything, with a little kingdom it can call its own. With this choice comes guilt, because to have this kingdom, I must deny my Creator, and this is believed to cause harm to the Creator. In truth, our Creator is unaffected by dreams of denial. But in the dream of denial, where separation is believed to be real, guilt is inevitable. This is why I must learn to listen to a different teacher, a teacher who brings the memory of God, of wholeness, of limitless love, to the dreaming mind that thinks it has lost this love. The words of this teacher expressed in the Course help me to recognize that the world I made in identification with the ego offers me nothing I want. As I begin to recognize that what I have been searching for cannot be found in this world, my mind becomes open to receive a new perception where separation is recognized as unreal. I am then more receptive to the Holy Spirit in my mind. I open to his inner teaching by building a consistent practice of taking time to go to peace, where I can receive the understanding of the Holy Spirit. With an open mind, I receive the Holy Spirit's help to loosen the world from all I thought it was. I open my mind to be taught what is unreal so that I can see past it and recognize the reality of love everywhere. I open to this through my willingness to question everything I think I know about the world. I open to this through my willingness to receive a new vision of a forgiven world in which unreality is recognized as unreal. Thus, I let illusions go, and love is then recognized in my mind with its unity and joy. And once again, I remember creation's freedom promises my own. pathwaysoflight.org. Oh my, did you stay through all of that? Wow. So you got to stay the course. You got to stay with it. You got to stay with your practice of being more at peace, of judging less, of giving there a space in your mind for Holy Spirit to show you new ways of being. Do I think you should go quit your job? No, I don't. Because I feel like for myself, that would challenge me too much. I have deep beliefs in all of that. So a better option for me is to happily go to work, experience as much freedom in my mind as I can at work. So if you're in prison, like actual jail, you can still have peace of mind. You really can. So for me, that's probably more of a logical practice or a logical way of rewriting my beliefs in the now, you know what I mean? Instead of throwing myself into some financial catastrophe that's going to completely freak myself out because I love security. I like money. I like it coming in. I like it being steady. I like it being on the regular. So that puts me in a better place in this dream to do work in my mind. Because like the whole point is not to be a lazy bum in the dream, or, you know, like you got to see where you're at, look at your beliefs, work with what you've got. And for me, it's not really plunging Geronimo into something that I'm not ready for, or that I would judge and define as making my life more difficult. Like it's pretty good where it's at. But can I be more peaceful in my mind? Yes. Can I open to the Holy Spirit regardless of where I'm at? Yes. Can I practice this daily? Yes. Can I practice this at work while getting paid? Yes. That to me is more genius than stopping the income, stopping the money flow, right? Go to work, and instead of thinking about what your coworkers are doing or whatever, think about think about your lesson today. Think about what you're inviting into your mind. Think about being directed and teachable by the Holy Spirit, and see how your work changes. See how the prison bars dissolve when you are there willingly, when you are just there because you're there, and everything that is fine. If you're there, you're supposed to be there. So that to me makes more sense than being like, well, I ain't going back. Good luck, electric bill. So freedom's promises are my own. Creation's freedom promises my own. Everything is available to you and me. But where are we restricting ourselves? So I think that the Teen to Jesus notes are super golden today. Our beliefs will change. They already have changed. When I was looking for this Teen to Jesus to listen to take notes to, I was like in my own videos trying to find like a link to lesson 279. And this old video of mine that I titled 279, behind the scenes 279, I almost couldn't stand that person in that video. She is a different me. She was stupider than I am today. So my beliefs do change, have changed, definitely have changed in 4 years. And so in another 4 years, can you even imagine how your beliefs are going to be different? You're going to expand. You're going to evolve more. So your beliefs will change. You will become freer and freer and freer in your mind the more that you choose your right mind, your holy mind. You hold the key to your freedom, but you do have to have enough discipline to practice, to make space for these lessons to do their miraculous work. So anyways, on that note, take a look-see inside Z and see what you believe, what comes up, what resistance bubbles up when you do these lessons. There's some limiting beliefs that you can hand over to the Holy Spirit and ask for a gentle correction to be shown differently. How can I look at this differently? I'd like you to take this belief that's limiting me and restricting me, and I am teachable. I am willing. Show me a different way. Show me a better way. So be it.